Hello everybody, it's Skaterkek, and I'm back with another video, and today what I'm going to be doing is discussing something that I've wanted to for quite a while. Being a drummer for nearly 5 years now, I just wanted to discuss for fun and just for a video, you know, who my favourite drummers are, you know, my personal favourite in a way. You know, there's all sorts of things, people that drummers would say, you know, are the drum gods, like Phil Collins would say. You know, can't argue with that, but this is my personal list of drummers that have influenced me, you know, that I just really like. Some that maybe haven't got the acknowledgements and the word escapes me, the respect that they deserve. And yeah, I just thought I'd put together this list and make a video out of it. So yeah, this is in no particular order, by the way. It's not like a you know, worst to best of my favourites. It's just a list, top 15. Yeah, top 15. So here we go. First up, I want to say Joey Jordison from Slipknot, because it's Joey Jordison. He's one of the best drummers out there, especially in the metal scene and the band that he's in. I know he got taken over by Jay Weinberg in I think it was maybe 2013. I know it was before the Grey Chapter, because that was when Jay was officially in the band. Jay's really good, he is, but Joey will always be the drummer that Slipknot is recognised for, I guess, until further albums coming up. I know they brought out Day of the Gusano, the live album this year. He's just really good. You know, he's got fast pace, he can do slow pace, he can do awesome fills, and yeah, he's just a solid, good drummer. Number 2, I would say, this is, again, no particular order, I'm not trying to ponder which is better. I'd say Brandaler from Mastodon, because if you listen to any Mastodon song, the drums are just so driving. I love his style of fills with his rolls on the snare that are just crazy. Brandaler is sort of like the frontman, in a way, of the band. He's such a nice guy, and to be able to sing, because Mastodon makes use of I think nearly all the musicians in the band. I think one guitarist doesn't sing, but to be able to sing and play drums, especially live, that just takes skill. Like, wow. So yeah, Brandaler, there you go. So up next, I want to say Trey Cool from Green Day. I can make such a list of punk drummers that have great endurance and what have you when playing live, especially. You know, like my wrists, being a drummer, my wrists lock up after playing a few fast-paced snare, why did I say snare? Hi-hat based drum tracks. But the endurance of these punk rock drummers is incredible. Trey Cool, especially, is such a funny guy, and you know, it's just a band of 3 and he brings the character to it as well as any of them. So yeah, I want to say Abe Cunningham from the Deftones, because, especially on a lot of the songs from the White Pony album, I think he was quite the driving aspect of a lot of the songs. You know, Digital Bath, one of my favourite drum tracks, I think, ever. It's just such complex, and it's to precision as well. Yeah, just a good drummer overall, a really great drummer. Next, I would like to say Dave Grohl, because you can't have a top drummers list, I don't think, without Dave Grohl, one of the gods of rock and roll. Drummer for Nirvana, Queens of the Stone Age from 2001 to 2002, and all on that album, the drum fills and the tracks are just crazy, crazy good. And I don't think you can find quite such an iconic riff. I'm saying riff, I think more or less track, I'd like to call it. An iconic track is the intro to In Bloom, you know, the main do 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 do. It's just you know immediately it's a song, even without the music in the background. At least I do. But yeah, Dave Grohl, great drummer, great guy, you know. It's Dave Grohl, for crying out loud. Next up, I'd say Chad Smith from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. These guys have been around for forever. You know, Chad, I think he's just great. Like, he's a nice guy. He's stuck with the band. He can do some crazy solos. I know he did a sketch with what's it called? Will Ferrell. That's it. He did a drum sketch with Will Ferrell because apparently they look the same. And yeah, he showed off some of his solo skills, and it was just crazy. And yeah, I think he's just a great guy, great drummer, and yeah, there you are. Trey Celea, I think that's how you say it. I apologise if it's not. And that's Trey with a Y on the end of it, not the French version like Trey Cool. Yeah, so Trey Cellular from Invent Animate, one of the best metalcore bands that I've ever listened to. They're just such a great band overall. They've got, you know, a lot of ambient about them, sort of the quiet stuff mixed with the heavy stuff, but it's so tranquil in a way overall. And the guy's drumming, he can do blast beats, he's got light fills as well as heavy ones. If you listen to Solace off the 2016 album Still World, it gives quite a good a contrast between the really light stuff and the heavy stuff, and it just starts off really light with lots of rolls on the snare, really quiet accenting, and then it just explodes towards the end. And that's a good example of his drumming. I just found it really calming, and it's just really good, fast and whatever. Yeah. So next up, I'd say another metalcore drummer, if you still class this band as metalcore, is Sean Heenan from Attila. I'm not ashamed that I like Attila. A lot of people hate on it, but I love the band. It's just a fun band. They've got really good songs, to me at least. I don't know why I'm laughing at myself saying this if I'm not ashamed, but I do like them. And Sean, who actually I found out earlier this year left in January, even though he's been with the band for like the beginning, he left. But it's a shame because Attila's drums have always been great, especially with the two-pedal stuff that he keeps up with his, you know, the chugs on the shiners and whatever. But yeah, it's a shame that he's left, but he'll still be one of my favourites in the genre. And yeah, just a great drummer. I keep saying that, don't I? I should probably stop. Next up, I'd say Ben Thatcher from Royal Blood, because being a two-piece band, and you can't make fun of the bassist this time because he's basically the guitarist, with all the distortion and what have you that he puts on it to make it sound like a six-string. Yeah, and the heaviness of this band revolves around that and the drumming. And Ben, I wouldn't call his drumming simple, but it sort of is, but it's just got something about it that makes such a big sound and makes it enjoyable to listen to, and he's really important. I mean, all drummers are really important in a band, but, you know, without him it's just another guy. Let's say Chris Turner from Ocean's 8 Alaska. Enough said. Just listen to any Ocean's 8 Alaska song and you'll understand why Chris Turner is one of my favourites and one of the best drummers ever. He's just a machine. Like, I don't know how he remembers all the songs and, you know, which drum to hit when to add the fills. Is wow. I can't even explain it. You just need to listen to some Ocean's 8 Alaska songs and you'll understand. So next I'd like to say Josh Dunn from 21 Pilots. Lovely guy. Heavy hitter. Absolutely crazy when he gets into songs. Let's say Lame Boy, when it gets into the bridge part at the end and it just goes all fast paced and lovely. Yeah, I just like him. He's just got something about him that makes him a good drummer that stands out. I know he's done work with Custom Sets and Sticks, which is always good. And yeah, there you go. So into the final three now, as I say again for the third time or however many, no particular order, but here we go. Final three. Mario Duplantier, I think that's how you say it, from Gojira, because I think he's quite unsung as well. Gojira, or however you pronounce it, Gojira. I know it's just Godzilla in Japanese, but there's always pronunciation issues. But he's just got some moments on some tracks, and a lot of the time, with a heavy sound, but there's a lot of moments when you think, how the hell did he do that? I'm trying to think, is it The Cell on the 2016 album Magma? The main driving intro and what have you, that was a terrible impression. Nah, it switches it up from one type of beat to a different one. I forget the sort of style name for it. But it's just, how the hell he does that is beyond me. And just for that, I stick him on this list. But overall, just really good. Yeah. So second to last, we've got Matt Helders from Arctic Monkeys. One of the more unsung people, drummers in the world. I just think he's got such a good way of writing his pieces. Like, I think they're really catchy, you know, I love to play along to them. Teddy Picker, quite an iconic thing for me at least. Are You Mine is really good. I just like it. The drumming is just brilliant. And, yeah, he just deserves more recognition. So last but not least, certainly not least, is Chris Adler from Lamb of God. And this is because he's solid with his drumming, he's got really good fills, he's quite a driving part of the band, I think. And yeah, listening to the 2004, 2006 albums, especially from that band, I think the drumming stands out quite a lot. And it's just great, I just love it. Yeah, just half of these are just because I think they're just great. I just enjoy listening to their tracks and what they do, how they do it. So yeah, that's to top off the list. Top 15 I said, didn't I? I said 14. Stupid me. I would like to say Ray Luzier from Korn for this one. I know a lot of people prefer Dave from the earlier Korn albums and the earlier band. But Ray Luzier, to me, especially listening to the recent Serenity of Suffering, it's got just really good precision fills. He does a lot of work on different cymbals, which makes me think, ooh, it's nice. Yeah, I just think he's a really good part of the band, and yeah, that's why it's on this list. So, again, thank you guys for watching. I might do a video for my favourite guitarists at some point, or even vocalists. I think I might make a thing of this, but, you know, when I get the time, I'll do another one of these if I can. I always can. It's just whether I can be asked. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this, leave a comment, leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.